Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. As you can see, we are starting things off in the nether again, where I've been a little bit busy. But before we get to that, let's talk about a couple of things that I did at the end of the last episode. So last time when I left you, I was hunting for turtle eggs because I'm building a gold farm today, and because pigmen are a bit stupid and they try and jump on turtle eggs they can't get to, we take advantage of that and use these in a farm. So I've got 24 of them, which is way more than I need. I think I only need about 9 or 10 for this farm. So that one can be ticked off the list. Nice. The next one is not as easy. I need to fill up at least 2 shulker boxes full of this stuff. I need to go get some magma blocks. So that is going to be the first thing that I need to get done today. But before I get to that, you've probably noticed I've got a friend. This guy has been giving me stuff for gold. Lots of gold, actually. I think I put 5 stacks in there, and he's eating it all. And this is what he's giving me. Look at this. You get this just for gold. It's brilliant. But the thing I was really after was this. Soul Speed 3. So I'm going to get that on my boots, and we'll try that out in a second. But these bartering is just so overpowered. It's amazing. I think I complained about getting quartz last time, but 3 quartz. This is amazing. For the comparators and the observers and stuff, it's great. Gravel. Getting gravel is really annoying. That's great. No one wants to wait for smelting netherite, really. Leather, that's always a pain when you need a lot of it. And then we've got a bit of glow. I know I've got a quad witch up, but it's a bit more glowstone. And all these ender pearls as well. Don't even need to build an enderman farm now. And aside from that, I had to take these out because these are taking up a lot of space. I've got a lot of fire resistance potions as well. And the splash potion version. So yeah, these things are amazing. And I've only got 1 so far. So I want a few more of these. But if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need a lot more gold. So I did want to put this on my netherite boots, but as you can see, I need 19 levels because I've already got a ton of enchantments on anyway, so that's why it's so expensive. Looks like I'm not doing that right now. And the reason I don't have enough levels is because I died. I was getting a bit clever, walking through this area, and there was a piglin there, and I was just looking through my inventory. Didn't think it'd do much damage to me until I got back to killing him, and I died, just like that. And I respawned miles away, absolutely miles away. I was at the other side of my world doing some other stuff, and I had to run back from there with no gear, no elytra, but I eventually got back, and when I did, that piglin was wearing all of my netherite armor and my elytra, so I had to kill him with an iron axe. Not fun. But as it happens, I didn't want to wear these boots now anyway. I want to put these ones on because I'm building a farm out of magma blocks, and when you have frostwalker on your boots, you don't take any damage from them. So I can imagine building this farm without this would be a real pain. So I'm definitely going to wear these now. And I thought I'd put them on straight away because they could come in handy when I'm collecting the magma blocks. So no time like the present. Let's take this. And I've got another social boxes. And let's try and fill them up. It happened again! So I got back from mining all those magma blocks, and I walked through this area again and there was tons of piglin. But because I've been in the nether, I did have my gold armor on this time, so I thought I'd be good. I put my shulker boxes down, and then I did that thing again, didn't I? I forgot you can't even open your own chests and boxes without them getting mad. So before I'd even got out of it, 3 of them attacked me and I was dead instantly. So again, I had to find my way back, and this time 2 of them were wearing my armour, so I had to kill both of those with an iron axe while they were shooting at me. I will get used to this eventually, honest. But anyway, now that we're back up here safe, let's have a look at what we got. So I managed to fill 1 shulker box, a second shulker box, and nearly half of the 3rd one. Now, the farm I'm going to build is by Nembon. I try to build farms that aren't by Nembon, but it's just not possible because he designs all the best ones. So there's 19 levels to this thing, and it's a bit crazy, but if I haven't got enough, however many I get built will definitely do me for now until I can get some more magma blocks. Now, the thing with this farm is it's so fast, the standard collection system doesn't work. You have to do some really crazy stuff, and he has designed one for this farm, so I'm going to be building it exactly as he does in his tutorial and the world download that I've been looking at. I think I've got everything I need now, so I've got a ton of glass, I've got the grindstones, which I'll explain what they're for later, a lot of trapdoors, I've got the, where are they, the turtle eggs, and I've got all the magma blocks, which is what they'll be spawning on. Okay, so if you're catching my back to the last episode, I had a little bit of problem with these 2 nether portals not syncing up correctly. They work going this way, but then when you come back from the nether, as I've just done from the lower portal, it always brings me to this top one, which it shouldn't do. And I said I was going to try and figure it out, but the only way I can do it really is lowering the lower one in the nether down a little bit. But I don't want to do that, and I realised I'd made a mistake as well, so let's just pop back through here and I'll explain what I've done wrong. Right, so what I was going to do was build the gold farm directly above here, with no regard for what biome I am in. Because it's 1.16 and you have biomes in the nether now, we are in a crimson forest, which is not what we want, because you don't get as many zombified piglin spawns in a crimson forest. What you need for that is a nether waste. Now this line of torches here tells me where the crimson forest is, and this side is nether waste. So what I'm going to do is set up a portal here and have that one in the sky in the overworld. So because I know it doesn't look like a lot, but remember that 1 block in the nether translates to 8 blocks in the overworld. So putting a portal here is actually quite a fair distance in the overworld. So if we go back through, this portal isn't going to be here anymore, but the lower one still will be. And that will sync up to that one down there. And then this one I'm going to remove. And the portal is going to be that way. And it's actually at the other side of all this sand. It's actually on that cliff over there. Actually a few blocks back as well. So I think that could look really cool if we have a bridge going across and have this portal in the sky. And I'm going to build a tower out of black stone around it. And it should be really good. So I think what I'm going to do now is jump back into the nether and get started on building this gold farm. Now that is one crazy gold farm. And actually, it didn't take that long to build. It was a few hours, yeah, but it was nowhere near as long as I thought it'd take. But I've got one more clip to show you from the time-lapse, but I just wanted to explain, before I show this next bit, this isn't sped up. Obviously, the build was, but this next bit I'm going to show of the farm working is not sped up. This is how fast they're coming in. Look at this. This is absolutely crazy. And the amount of items that are coming out, this system is just ridiculous. Right, so while I'm on the camera account, I thought I'd just explain what's going on with this farm. And this is my little AFK spot, and I've logged out my other account just so I can hear myself think and there's no zombified piglins squishing around me. So we've got these spawning pads, and there's 19 of them, all made out of magma blocks. Now, they are quite small, but the idea is the smaller they are, the quicker they get to the middle and fall to their death. And that frees up the mob cap to spawn in more of the zombified piglins. Now, up here at the top, you'll see this glass, and if you look really closely, between the glass and the magma blocks, there's string. So what this does, it increases the number of mobs that spawn in here by taking advantage of the pack spawning algorithm, which I won't try and explain here because it's very complicated, and if you're into that kind of thing, I highly suggest you go check out Nembon's tutorial on this farm, which is linked in the description. So all you need to know really is that this glass and the string at the top level means more spawns inside the farm, which is good. Now, these little glass blocks in the air, this is just to stop gas spawning, because we don't want that, that's not good. And then, once they're spawned, they get angry, because they want to get to these tail legs. They want to smash them. So they run towards them, and they think, ooh, trapdoor, I can get up there. And then they just fall down. Also in here, we've got these grindstones. Now, the reason for that is, if there was just glass on both sides, or any blocks, there's a very high chance that they would stop each other. If there was two stood next to each other here, they wouldn't be able to get down here because they would be just basically shoulder to shoulder and they couldn't get through. So this tiny little gap here allows them to get round and fall down, so you don't get any blockages with it like that. Then down at the bottom, they all just fall into these hoppers and they die. That's simple. And then the other mode is when we have the honey blocks out, none of them will die. And then what we can do there is just kill them with a looting sword and we'll get way more gold from them, because they also drop ingots on player kills. Now, because this farm is so fast, these hoppers we've got in here will not push the items away fast enough. They'll just fill up instantly and then leave all the items on top. So what Nembon did was add all of these hopper minecarts underneath, and now these transfer items incredibly quickly. So they'll take them out of these hoppers into the ones below, and then it shares them evenly between these 14 hoppers over here that are pointing into these 7 droppers down here. And these droppers just spit the items out onto this thing. Now, the cobwebs are very important, because cobwebs keep all the items completely centered. Because if they went here, and while I was building it, they went here at first, and they were just going everywhere. So, because the cobwebs are there, they go directly down, and they end up on top of these shroom lights. Now, when items are coming through here, there's a clock that is turned off by default, but when the items are coming through, this will periodically push all the items towards the center, and then this honey block pushes them down here. Now, because it's a honey block, it doesn't launch them, it keeps them really close to the edge, so they're slightly hanging over the edge of this. And then this slime block pushes them really fast down this ice path, and then these hoppers collect them and send them into these chests. So that is the basics how this works, but I highly recommend going to watch Nembon's tutorial, because it is a really great video. It explains a lot of how all the mechanics work. There is a world download as well, so you can see this farm in action. But I think what we need to do now is get down there and see how much loot we've got so far, because I don't actually have the full sorting system in yet. I've only put 3 chests there, which obviously is not going to be anywhere near enough. So let's see what I've got. Okay, that's one chest full. That's another chest full. And that one's coming in fast as well. Look at all this. This is madness. Right, and I don't actually have a decent way of getting up here yet. It's all elytra at the moment, but I will fix that at some point. And just in case you haven't seen this farm before, oh god, come on, elytra, thank you. We also have this little button, and what this does is pulls out these honey blocks, and that means it is now an XP farm. Now, unfortunately, because I'm low down at this point, I'm not getting the full effect of the farm, because stood here, I'm actually loading some of the nether, or quite a bit of the nether that is under the bedrock. So I need to do a lot of spawn proofing down there before I can actually use it in this mode. But all I need it for at the moment is for gold. What I'm going to do now is just craft up some of this gold and take it through to my guy that I've got down there and get him trading for it again. Okay, so I'm back down here and I've got a little bit of gold for him. So this was just from a few minutes. This was hardly anything, and I've got this much already. It's crazy how much is coming out of this farm. So we'll put this in here, start him off, and he should start giving me some more stuff. Now, obviously, I need to beef up the storage a bit, because this is almost full, but we'll get that sorted. But I have just realised, I haven't actually explained where I got this design from. So you may have seen a lot of other people doing a slightly different technique, well, a few different techniques. So what a lot of people do is they take a comparator output off of this hopper. So once there's nothing in it, they fire another gold ingot and then they'll start the bartering again. The problem with that is they sometimes give out more than one item, so you're waiting a bit before the gold comes back through. So to combat that, some people have put like complicated timers on it to make sure that the gold's coming through at a certain rate. And that kind of works, but sometimes it's better to keep it simple. So this design is from the great Logical Geek Boy, and I will put a link to his tutorial in the description. What this does is there's a pressure plate there. So once you start the first one with this button here, the gold stays on the pressure plate. The piglin will pick it up when he can, and then once he picks it up, another one is fired out. So once he's finished his bartering, he'll pick up that one, and then another one will come out, and it'll just continue until all of this gold is gone. So, and this is definitely the most efficient way of doing it. Okay, so while we're here, the next quick thing I wanted to do was check out one of these respawn anchors. So I've just crafted this up, and all this is 6 crying obsidian and 3 glowstone. What these are is the nether equivalent of a bed. So what we can do is set our spawn here. So you need to charge them up with glowstone. And then if we right click on it, you can see there in the chat it says respawn point set, just like it would on a bed. So now if I die, I will respawn here. And unfortunately I have been dying a little bit. I died twice in this tunnel because, you know, it's not spawn proofed yet. And I also died once while building the farm as well, because I was just flying around after killing a ghast, and then all of a sudden the bedrock was in my face because I couldn't tell which direction I was going in. So this would have come in very handy, but hopefully I won't need to test it again for a while. And while I'm talking about this area, this is one of the problem areas that I've created. When we're at the XP point of the gold farm, the areas closest to the bedrock in the nether need to be spawn proofed. And I did the opposite of that, and I dug out a big room. So I can imagine while I'm up there, this probably gets filled quite a lot. So one of the things I need to do is, probably between episodes, I'm going to fill all of this in and spawn proof whatever's left. But what I want to do right now is get this soul speed enchantment on these boots. Now I needed 19 levels, and as you can see I've only got 6. So as we've just built a mega crazy farm, I think it's time to test it out and try and get some XP from it. And all I'm doing is flying up in the air for a few seconds and coming straight back down, and this is what is waiting for me. This is amazing. Alright, I've got the levels I need now, but I think what I'm going to do, while I'm here, I'm just going to recharge my tools, and then I'll get back to an anvil and add the soul speed to the boots. Okay, so that's all my gear repaired, and I've got the levels I need, so let's do this right now. Boots, soul speed 3, and there we go. Let's go give this a try. Now you may have noticed this has gone down to 3. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, to try these boots out, I know there is a soul sand valley very close to here, so I'm just going to go there and give it a go. Okay, oh my god, this is so fast. Oh yes, yes, I like this. This is brilliant. Yeah, I can never get used to this. Alright, I think I'm going to need to get some soul sand and get that into my tunnels in the nether, and then I can be running around like a crazy man between poles. Yes. Definitely like this. That's a good addition. Okay, so I was going to leave it there, but I can't build a project like this and not finish off the easy bit, can I? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to build up the item sorting system for all the drops that come out of this farm, because these 3 chests, nowhere near enough. So I'm going to grab my redstone shulker box and as many chests and hoppers as I can find and get them all installed down here, and I'll show you what I come up with in a second. And there we are. That is the item sorters installed and ready to go. So let's have a drop down here and I'll show you the storage I've put in and how I'm organising it. So I've got a fair bit here. This should keep me going for now. And what I decided to do was set the first 2 to gold ingots. The next 9 are for gold nuggets. So that's quite a lot. I think it's 6 chests high times 9. That's 54 chests. That's quite a lot of gold nuggets, but hopefully it might fill quite a few of them. And the last one, I've actually decided to keep the rotten flesh, because what I want to do, just an extra little income, is bring a villager up here, a cleric villager, and or maybe 2 or 3, and I can trade this rotten flesh with it, because I'm going to get loads out of this farm, absolute tons of it. Now, I'm not keeping all of it. 1 isn't enough, and that hopper will fill up, and a lot of it will just overflow that way. But a little bit of it can't hurt. So what I'm going to do now is go to my AFK point and see what I can get from this thing. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing for the next few hours. So I will leave the episode there, and if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.